Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my book channel, Kylie Coco's Bookworks. Today I decided, since it's March and I really wanted to do like a fun video, first thought that came into mind was March Madness, so I figured I would be doing that with books. So I have 32 books in here, and I also have my lovely whiteboard again. I do not have enough space to write 32 books on there, so I'm going to do the first round just by picking 2 slips out of here and picking one, and then we'll see what we end up with at the final round. So first off, I have Cinderella is Dead, and then next I have Mexican Gothic. So I think out of these, I'm definitely going to have to pick Mexican Gothic. I really enjoyed like the really dark Gothic vibes, and especially just like the horror of it. So we will write that down right here. All right, for our second round, we have Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo and Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. I think I'm gonna go with Spin the Dawn. I really enjoyed Elizabeth Lim's book, and I think especially the culture that she wrote into the book and how it meshed with the fantasy was really cool, and I really think that it's not a popular book when it should be. It's a series. There's a second book, I believe it's Unravel the Dawn. I didn't like that one as much, but it's still a really good series. And for our third round, we have Four Dead Queens and A Date with Darcy. So A Date with Darcy was basically, the author like wrote into modern times a like Darcy like figure, and so the main girl like goes on a date with him, and it's basically a retelling of Pride and Prejudice in modern times, except the main character realizes what's going on. And Four Dead Queens was a sort of like mystery novel with like assassin stuff thrown in. I think I'm gonna go with Four Dead Queens. I really enjoyed the mystery aspect of it, and if you don't know this about me, I'm a big like mystery person. I love scary things, so I really enjoyed Four Dead Queens, and I believe that there's supposed to be a sequel that I'm really excited for, and I think it will be really fun to see what they have in store for that. Next I have Girls of Paper and Fire and Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky. I'm gonna have to go with Girls of Paper and Fire, considering that, so Tristan Strong is a middle grade book. It was really good. I really enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as if it had been more of like a YA book instead of a middle grade. So I'm gonna go with Girls of Paper and Fire, which is also another really good book. I still have to read the sequel. I have that checked out right now to finally read, hopefully this week. So I'm really excited, and I'm hoping that it's a good book. All right, and next up we have The Sun is Also a Star and The Secret History by Donna Tartt. As much as I enjoyed The Secret History, I'm gonna go with The Sun is Also a Star. The Secret History was very long, and I think it was really hard for me to get through because a lot of it was thoughts and feelings instead of actual action and plot. So like at the beginning, like you figure a lot of things out, but you have to wait until like the very end for it all to like click together. The Sun is Also a Star was a really cute romance novel that I loved. I actually own it, and I really like Nicole Yoon's writing style. I think that's really fun. So yeah, on to our next round. Next up, we have Ophelia and Let's Talk About Love. I'm gonna go with Let's Talk About Love. So Ophelia is just a retelling of, I believe it's Hamlet or Macbeth. I get the two confused. Either one of them. It's basically just a retelling. I still have no idea which one is. Let's Talk About Love is about, I don't remember the main character's name, but it's about her journey as being just a teen in college and figuring out who she is, and just, it was really cute, and it's just one of those really cute coming of age stories that I really enjoyed. Kann's writing style is also really good. I'm looking forward to reading another one of her books. I believe it's, I don't remember what it is, but there's a similar book called Loveless by Alice Osman that I'm also looking forward to reading, that's on my list. And we have A Curse So Dark and Lonely and Watch Over Me by Nina LaCour. I did not really enjoy Watch Over Me by Nina LaCour. I think it was very confusing and not as good as I was expecting. I thought it was going to be more of like a thriller. It reminded me a bit of The Haunting of Bly Manor, but it was blah overall. A Curse So Dark and Lonely is about this girl who gets stuck in this fantasy world. It's basically a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I really enjoyed it. I still have to read the second book. It's a series. Okay, so on to our last two books. I have These Giant Delights by Chloe Gong and Reflection by Elizabeth Lim. I really enjoyed Reflection. It's a Mulan retelling, but I'm gonna go with These Violent Delights. If you have not read These Violent Delights, it is one of my favorite books. It's one of the first books in a while that like I have stayed up reading until like 1 a.m. and I like couldn't put it down before I went to bed. And it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling in the 1920s Shanghai. There's going to be a sequel that I think comes out in November called These Violent Ends, which I'm really excited for, and I'm really hoping that it goes well. So, all right, now that we have our sheet in my very poorly written handwriting, let's go through. All right, so first up, I have Mexican Gothic against Spin the Dawn. I think I'm gonna go with Spin the Dawn. I think the storytelling and just the fantasy part of it was really cool. And I think that it needs like a lot more recognition than it has right now. Next I have Four Dead Queens and Girls of Paper and Fire. I think it's tight in the sense that I don't feel like either of these books were like amazing. So I'm probably gonna go with Girls of Paper and Fire. It was a good book, still have that sequel. And then next we have The Sun Is Also a Star and Let's Talk About Love. So I'm gonna choose Let's Talk About Love. I really enjoyed Claire Kann's writing style. Next we have A Curse So Dark and Lonely and These Violent Delights. These Violent Delights absolutely wins. I really enjoyed that book. Alright, so next we have Spin the Dawn against Girls of Paper and Fire. Spin the Dawn, definitely. And then we have Let's Talk About Love and These Violent Delights. I'm gonna go with These Violent Delights. And finally, for our last one, we have Spin the Dawn and These Violent Delights. And to be completely honest with you, I'm gonna go with These Violent Delights. I really enjoyed that book. So anyways, that is the end of my March Madness book tag. Anybody else can do this. I'm going to start a hashtag, March Madness book tag. Or, yeah, March book mad, I don't know, whatever is in the description name That will be it. Anyone can do this. If you do, use the hashtag, and I'm going to make a playlist with everything. So for this just pick, did I do 32? I think I did 16 books. Yeah, I did 16 books. I just picked 16 books off of my Goodreads, and I cut them up into little slips, and this is what I did with them. So anyways, I will have a Trials of Apollo series review out soon, and then hopefully one for the Vampire series, which I'm planning on finishing this month. And I'll keep you updated about anything else that comes up. As always, there are important links in the description down below for Black Lives Matter and helping Indigenous peoples. And anyways, that is all I have for you today. So have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you all later.